Oh, hello, someone's there. Let's see if I can get this camera sorted out. That's fair enough, isn't it? And hi. Hi, greetings from Berlin. Wow, you're in Berlin. That's insane. Oh, Jay Carlos, hi. It was really helpful. No questions today. Just want to thank you. Oh, that's very kind, Jay Carlos. You know, I really appreciate that. I really appreciate hearing that the advice was helpful. Because tarot readings are funny business. One's never quite relaxed. Schöneberg, Heavenly 81. Well, I know Schöneberg. Give my results to Wittenbergplatz. Hello, Miss Moonlight. Well, it's so nice that everyone's here today, and I'm a bit warm here in London, even though London is cold. So I'm going to take my tie off. Sorry. Ja, ich habe in Schöneberg gewohnt. So just having a little joke with Heavenly 81 over in Berlin there, which is where I kind of live. But I'm in London today. That's the main thing. And I'm going to write down people's names. Now, Jay Carlos doesn't want a reading today. He's just said thank you. But we have Heavenly 81, we have Miss Moonlight. Heavenly 81, Miss Moonlight. So what I do is I keep a list of everyone who says hi in the order of saying hi. Cold in Berlin, I can believe it, but it was really cold. It was very cold like 10 years ago when I first got there. It was really sub-zero in those days, and it's become a little bit milder in the winter, but I think maybe this winter will be a cold one. Angie, hi Angie. Angie says hi, okay. So I put your name on the list. And we're just chatting about the weather. Suzanne, hello Suzanne. Totally forgot to get you a coffee last week, so sorry, we'll fix that later this evening. That's kind. Well, it's just a coffee, isn't it? But it makes me feel nice. I'm doing these readings for practice, and I'm doing these readings because it's helpful and I believe in it, and because I want to build up a bit of community, and because I want to, just get established on YouTube and all those things. So if anyone really wants a free reading, there's no obligation to tip me, okay? That's absolutely understood. Jay Carlos says, no questions, but can I get an advice card? Sure. So the first, so Jay Carlos, this we won't spend 5 minutes on this, but I'll an advice card. Okay. An advice card for Jay Carlos, and I will read it as I want to read it, okay? And that'll be the oracular pronouncement for you. Okay, Jay Carlos, you have the 3 of batons, enterprise, Go out there and make things happen. Have fun with it. Think big. Okay? That's your advice. That was quick, wasn't it? Miss Moonlight says, I'm in Maine, US. It's super cold here for about 3 months. Lol. Oh dear. Wrap up warm. I'm a great believer in electric blankets to heat up the bed a bit before sleeping, because then at least you can relax. Suzanne, I want you to feel nice. It's friggin' nice to have you here and enjoying your amazing content, so it's the least I can do. Oh, that's nice. Thank you very much. J. Carlos. J. Carlos says, thanks, I'm in Lisbon and it's so cold here too, at least for Portuguese weather. Lisbon. So that's a nice place. I've never been. I hear everyone is moving to Lisbon these days. I hear it's the new Berlin in a way. So no doubt I will be popping to Lisbon for to explore the place and see what all the fuss is about. Miss Moonlight has an electric blanket. Good. L. Phillips, there's a new person who has joined us. Greetings from Boston. Hi, L. Phillips. L. Phillips says, greetings from Boston. Greetings back. Greetings from London. Greenwich Mean Time, 6 o'clock in the evening. I'm trying to find the perfect time to do live readings. This is the thing about globalization, isn't it? That our friends in America, well, you know, I guess in Boston, it's probably 1 o'clock in the afternoon, isn't it? But, you know, in the West Coast, it's probably 10 o'clock in the morning. So I don't want to go any earlier than this because of you guys in the US. But, you know, viewers in Australia, they get a raw deal because it's really late at night in Australia. So, but at the moment, when my audience is small-ish, I'm just, I think, going to stick to this time. Hi, Suzanne in the Netherlands. Great. Greetings to the Netherlands. 1 p.m. there. Very, very good. Well, we've got 8 friends online and 3 thumbs upses so far. I've read 1 card for J. Carlos, and I'm here with my cards. Does anybody there have a question? And you don't have to have a question. We can just talk about the weather till 7 o'clock if you like. But I am here with my cards, and I'm sort of psyched up, I suppose you could say. I'm going to do a little 3-card reading for myself. I'm not going to tell you what it says. It's about this session and how I should handle it. Just a second. I'm just doing 3 for me. Okay. 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 L. Phillips, any advice on simple 3 to 5 card line spread? I could give you my own version of that, yes. And Angie, you're coming in with a question. So I'm going to do L. Phillips first, and Angie after that. So L. Phillips, it's 1806. I'm going to do my issue and advice reading for you. And these come out, as I say, like fortune cookie pronouncements. It's my version of the fortune cookie. L. Phillips, an issue and advice reading. L. Phillips. Just a second. Give us a moment. Phillips, what I'm getting is that you might be overthinking things at the moment. I've got that in the issue position, and I've got a reversed Wheel of Fortune. I've got those two cards in the issue position, and I'm going to read that reverse Wheel of Fortune as a sort of attempt to control things. Okay, so that's your issue. Maybe overthinking as you desire to control the, in a sense, that which feels out of your control. Now, I think the advice here, I'll show you what you've got. You've got the 10 of Cups. You've got a reversed 5 of Swords. And you've got a reversed Queen of Swords. Now, I think if you want to get out of this slightly heady space, it might be a good idea to count your blessings and in a sense, go into a sort of a gratitude meditation, if you know what I mean, and just in your mind go over the things that the good things that life has given you, and just feel the gratitude for that, and just then feel this this heady energy. Just feel yourself letting go of that heady energy. Let go of anything that might have happened in the past that felt like a defeat when you were trying to get something done and it didn't quite, and it was like you couldn't quite make it happen for some reason or other. That was necessary, that was just the way that the cookie needed to crumble. And don't be too tough with yourself. Don't hold on too tight and try to be too good and successful. And the Queen of Swords is someone who survives. I will survive, and so that's really great. But sometimes life needs to be about more than just that feeling of I survive, and it needs to be more like thank heavens for all the good things. So that's kind of a deep breath, isn't it? That image there. Elle Phillips, that's my issue and advice reading for you today. It's very abstract. It doesn't. It's not connected to any particular issue that you've raised. But that's it. Okay. So I'm going to clear those cards away, and I'm going to go down the list of people in the chat. Now, if you've joined us, welcome. I'm reading tarot cards this evening for an hour. If you fancy a reading, just say hi in the chat, and just that hi will put you in the queue. And hopefully I'll be able to read for everyone. It's not too crowded. And when you're ready, just type in your reading, and I will scroll back, and hopefully, when you're ready, type in your question, and I will scroll back and hopefully get it. Scream if I miss you. Okay. So Angie has a message. Oh, it's not what I asked, but it's spot on. Well done, Robert. Thank you. Okay, well, we can talk about that later. I think that's the thing. That's the thing with psychics. They don't always tell you what you ask, do they? I seem to have fallen into that category today. Okay, so I'm just going to soldier on and have a look at Angie's question. Angie. Oh, I see. L. Phillips. Any advice on simple 3 to 5 card line spreads? Oh, that's a huge topic, L. Phillips. Yes, it's exactly. I didn't answer the question, did I? That's a huge topic. We'd have to spend half an hour talking about that another day. But you got a fortune cookie reading out of me. So it needed to happen that way. Angie, what would it be like if I pursued a grant writing day job while starting an energy healing side job? Is that right? A grant writing day job while starting an energy healing side job? Angie, have I read that right? You've put in a yes. I hope that yes applies to what I'm doing here. Okay, so hi, Bill. Great to see you. So, Miss Moonlight, I'll do you next. What would it be like if I pursued a grant writing day job while starting an energy healing? Okay, I've got the question right. Side job. What would it be like? Okay, Angie. It might be quite a quick answer for you, Angie. What would it be like to pursue this grant writing day job and energy healing side job? Okay. What would it be like? What would it be like? Let's see what it would be like. Let's see the energy from this for Angie. Okay. You've got a reversed judgment in the center. I've got 3 cards here. And you've got 2 rather interesting women on either side. You've got an Empress and you've got a Queen of Cups. Now, interestingly enough, grant writing, if I've understood correctly, I think that seems pretty appropriate. You know, growth, and also power, and I mean the Empress is almost always auspicious, isn't it? And then here on the other side, this wonderful card, the Queen of Cups. For me, I always hear that line, happiness lies in your own hands. In your own hands. We're talking about energy healing. Now, if I've understood you correctly, that does sound like something rather special in your hands. I think that you would be good at both those jobs. And what would it be like? Well, what would it be like? Reverse judgment. Okay, I'll put this in negative terms because the card is reversed. I don't think it would feel like a kind of like a revelation. I don't think it would feel like the answer to all your prayers or a great breakthrough or, in other words, as a kind of like a resurrection and a rebirth. Judgment card, the right way up, that hearing the call, hearing the vocation, it feels like on in a way something is being delayed or put off. Now that may be necessary. That may just be the flow of life, and it may just be how life is, how the economy is. You asked me what would it be like, and I interpreted that as how would it feel. So I think there would be a slight feeling of maybe frustration or incompletion and impatience, but I don't think it would necessarily be bad. I think it might be quite successful. So I think I'm not even sure whether I'm set up to advise you yes or not to do it. I think if you do it, it would be fine, and I think it would be a successful phase of your life. It feels like it's not complete though. It feels like there is something beyond that. Okay, and it feels that beyond that there is a more exciting configuration for your life, a more energizing one. Okay. Deep breath. That was for Angie. Angie, I've cleared the cards away. Okay, now it looks like, well, we've got 13 people with us. It looks like there's a few questions. So I'm going to get to work. Miss Moonlight. A week ahead reading for Miss Moonlight. Okay? This is a week ahead reading for Miss Moonlight. Miss Moonlight, it is 1819. I'm sort of doing 5 minutes each maximum at the moment. Okay. Your main card is the death card, Miss Moonlight. As your issue, you have reversed Hanged Man and Queen of Pentacles as your advice cards. So if that's an issue, it feels like a difficult change, doesn't it? It feels like a difficult little bit of transformation, and I'm not quite sure what the scale of this reading is. We're talking about the next week. We're not talking about the next phase of your life or the next year. It feels like a jolt or a hiccup, and it's part of your evolution. Whatever it is might feel like a loss. Okay, so what I'm getting is this. The Hanged Man reversed. So you don't have to martyr yourself here. So I don't think you have to choose to suffer. You know what I'm getting here? Whatever this jolt is, don't see yourself as the victim. Just concentrate on yourself as Queen of Coins. Now, Queen of Coins is very grounded. She's very present in the here and now. She has a good connection with the earth. She's also generous. with other people, and she's supportive, and she's also, what's the word? She's a sort of an octave, isn't she? She's a cousin of the Empress. She is about growth, natural, the natural production of results. And what I mean by natural is, this is someone who can just attract success and prosperity without really appearing to do much, just by who she is. So, just to recap, if that's your issue, okay, those are your advice cards, okay? So that's reversed. So don't become, don't cast yourself in the role of victim, whatever this is about, and just allow yourself to be this person in response to what's going on. Okay, Miss Moonlight, that was your week ahead. I'm clearing the cards for Miss Moonlight, and I'm going to go back to the chat and see who's next. Okay, oh, there's lots. Oh, I'll never catch up. I'll never catch up. So, hi, Bill. L. Phillips. Okay, thank you. Linda, hi, Linda. I'll put you down on the list in case you want to read. Just found my channel. Miss Moonlight, don't forget to hit the like button. That's nice. True. I was wondering if you think that simpler spreads are better than Celtic Cross, L. Phillips. L. Phillips, yes, I don't like the Celtic Cross. I don't think it's particularly clear. I think there are lots of better spreads than the Celtic Cross. I'm very interested in spreads. I prefer to use 2, 3, 4 cards, 7. I also like the 12 card astrological house spread, but I don't like the Celtic Cross. I think it's vastly overrated and overhyped. The 999 show says, I'm not seeking reading today. I'm still asleep. That's because you're over west, aren't you? Just popped in for a few minutes. Well, very nice to see you. Miss Moonlight says, Linda, hello. Angie says, yes. Jeannie, fancy seeing you here. Angie, that's the question. J. Carlos has a question. Okay. J. Carlos. I purchased a service that seemed amazing, and it probably is, but it's giving slow results. I would like to know if this service is a good service for me or if I made a bad investment. Okay. I'm going to give you 2 cards, J. Carlos, for that. This might be quite quick, okay, because, again, I don't know very much about all the circumstances. But we're really just asking the cards, aren't we, about this service that J. Carlos has purchased. A good service, or did he make a bad investment? Okay, what's the energy then from this service, J. Carlos? Well, you've got a Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Cups does come and the Knight of Cups brings something, doesn't he? He brings a gift, but it's not always what it seems, okay? So there's your service provider with this service. and you're not quite sure whether this Knight of Cups is trustworthy. And there's the King of Wands and there's you, okay? And you're looking in different directions. I think, I mean, we want it to be more like that, don't we really? It sounds like you and this service are not talking to each other. I can't really give you a yes, no answer on whether you've made a bad investment. Well, I suppose I could. I think more important, it feels to me like whatever's bugging you or whatever's not working at the moment, it feels like the situation could be ameliorated if there was some kind of communication between you and the service provider. I mean, I suppose if you've just bought a thing or a machine or something where there's no people attached or there's no after sales service, then what I'm saying might not apply. But I kind of feel that this King of Wands is someone who goes for what he wants in quite a determined and fiery way. So it might be that you need to ring someone up and give them hell, if there is someone you can ring. I mean, if it's all robots, then I don't know what to suggest. But I mean, did you make a bad investment? We've got someone lying down on a sarcophagus, looking like they may be dead, but they're not. No, not necessarily a bad investment, J. Carlos. I think there's life in the situation yet. Don't give up on it. On the cards, I don't see any evidence that you have made a bad investment. But yeah, tricky. It sounds like it's something needs to develop or needs to change there. Okay. All right then. That's those. I'm moving on. Hi, Alyssa. Okay. Oh, Heavenly 81 has come through with a question. Question. The best attitude for guarding me against unwanted energetic connections and psychic information coming from people. The best attitude for guarding me against unwanted energetic connections and psychic information coming from people. Okay, I'll put some cards down and I will also clearly, as I am just a person like anyone else, I'll tell you what I can from my own life experience. The best attitude for guarding me against unwanted energetic connections and psychic information coming from people. The best attitude. The Heavenly 81. Okay, I'm going to ask about this connection between you and other people who seem to be giving you unwanted energetic connections, okay? These people, whoever they are, and look at that relationship and how it's working. Okay. Okay, so that's you. You're generous. That's the other people. They bring this burden to you. And what's happening is that you don't feel that you can turn your back. This is a reversed 8 of Cups. Advice. This guy or gal, fire of fire. Heavenly 81, fire of fire. What does that make you feel about the unwanted energetic connections and psychic information coming from people. I mean, you probably know that you can go through visualizations for protection. For example, there is the six-pointed star, isn't there? The two triangles, one pointing up, one pointing down, makes a six-pointed star. You can imagine that, and you can imagine that. I imagine it actually above me like that, and then coming down and encircling me. So I'm actually encircled by this six-pointed star, these two triangles. And sometimes I imagine that as a star that is actually on fire. I think fire is protective. A fiery attitude it's on the verge of being angry, isn't it? But anger is not a bad thing. It's stating your boundaries. And so the Knight of Wands is the fieriest of the court cards. I think what I'm getting is a fiery attitude. If it makes you angry, use that anger to define your boundaries. And, you know, if you are, someone once told me I had a porous aura, which is rather a funny expression. But I mean, you are talking about energy systems here, and you're talking about the unseen world. You're talking about psychic information, energetic connection. So if you are aware of this, if you're talking about this, if you're thinking about this, I think use your knowledge as a psychic and spiritual person to find yourself visualizations that work for you. And my advice from the cards is maybe incorporate fire images, fire symbolism in there. Maybe that is what would work for you. Okay. That was for Heavenly 81. Deep breath. I put away the cards. Angie says, thanks, makes sense. Miss Moonlight, what a fantastic reading. You're very welcome. Linda. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to do something for Linda now. I don't see a question for Suzanne. Suzanne, just scream if I've missed your question. I'm considering a move to another city to live with an old friend. Oh, can you tell me if this move would have a good outcome for both of us? Okay, I'm getting 7 card readings for you, Linda. Linda de Gonzalez, I'm considering a move to another city to live with an old friend. Can you tell me if this move would have a good outcome for both of us? Let's look at that then. Another city to live with an old friend. Sounds nice. Let's have a look. Linda moving to the city to live with an old friend. Reversals 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Feels okay. Feels rather good, Linda. What I see is, in the past, things have been a bit upside down, and in the present, you have been taking some advice about your situation and having a good old think about it. The future, I have the sun for you. That's rather nice, isn't it? That's the walled garden. That's that's one of the very nice environment cards. And sometimes there's two people playing in the walled garden. So that's rather nice. And just to cut to the chase, I do see that as the outcome. So there is more to say here, but I am not hearing any alarm bells ringing here. I think it looks really nice on the cards. You know, the Ten of Cups, it is the card of the home, and it is the card of the happy home. So in the seventh position, nice. Let's look for some refinement in that reading. You've got environment, obstacles, and advice. Environment, reversed, Eight of Swords. Well, what is the Eight of Swords? For me, that's the card of restrictions, maybe of kind of inhibitions, but sort of inhibitions of whatever kind, sort of thoughts that limit us. Reversed. Okay, and I always see that as a kind of a loosening of restrictions, a sort of a breaking out. So it seems to me that that shift of environment could, in a sense, free you up out of certain thoughts and beliefs and just free you to think in different ways and to live in a different way and in a very positive way. Now, the obstacles. The obstacles. What's that about? There's a reversed Queen of Pentacles. Is someone's mother an obstacle? Is there? I mean, I don't see how this can be your old friend because that's your result. A marvelous home. It might, okay. It might be that your old friend has a face. I don't know whether your old friend is a lady or a gentleman. It doesn't matter. Has a mode that they can go into, a role that they could play. This is what I'm getting. And Queen of Pentacles is marvelous. But, and she's very loving, and she loves the home and so forth, and she loves the family. But she sort of expects, I think, loyalty, and she might expect to be in control of the home and the family. In this, I mean, living with someone, maybe it becomes a kind of like a created family type situation. So I'm getting the overall theme of this reading is that the conditions will be good and the outcome will be good, but maybe it might be clever for you to keep a lookout for any kind of sort of routine that your friend might go into. And I don't think this is a serious problem. I think it's sort of like more like a glitch, which might be sort of replaying some sort of mother role or family role, and might strike you as a bit controlling or a bit smothering and a bit too much, okay? So what's the advice? Eight of Pentacles, but reversed. Eight of Pentacles, hard work, production, work, employment, reversed. What I'm getting is the time when you're not working, and I don't know whether you're in employment or whether you're moving to find a job or whether you're moving to a new city and you're moving to this new employment and it doesn't involve employment. But what I'm getting is that this time of not working, of not going to work or having your nose to the grindstone is somehow important. Whether it's just the weekends or whether there will be a period of unemployment, that's important to make this situation work. And it might be some kind of bonding time, okay? That's the advice card. Whew. Linda, that was for you, and it's now 42. 1842. Gosh, I'm moving away. Deep breath, clearing away those cards, and I'm going to see in the chat the questions that remain. We've got another 20 minutes or so, so I think we're doing fine. Miss Moonlight. The reading really resonates. I'm very pleased to hear that. I wonder if Robert can tell us if the Celts are going to win and by how much. No, he can't. He doesn't know anything about that sort of thing. Celtic cross is too complicated for my taste. Yes, for mine too. I don't think it's a particularly good. I don't like this. I don't like this. This crosses you, this covers you. I don't like that stuff. LOL. Lol, L. Phillips. L. Phillips is very limited. It is limiting, isn't it? And you know what? It's not ancient either. It's about 100 years old, the Celtic cross. It's all a myth. J. Carlos, thanks. Thank you. Heavenly 81, great. That's what I hoped for too. Yes, okay. Great new idea. Fire. Good, thanks. Yes, go for it, Heavenly 81. Alyssa. Getting scrap done. I've been looking for a job for a while now. I wonder whether to keep going with my expertise or try looking in other field. Thank you. Whether to keep going with my expertise or try looking in another field. Okay, Alyssa. Keep going with your expertise or try another field. Okay, expertise on the left, another field on the right. 2 each. And it is 1844. Difficult, isn't it? Keep going with my expertise. We get these two. Try looking in another field. Get those two. Keep going with my expertise. You see, if you keep going with your expertise, you will reap the benefits. You will reap the harvest of all the work you've done in the past. That's the thing, isn't it, Alyssa? That's always the thing to consider. And I think the period of material hardship will end or is ending. So I think that's quite good there. On the other hand, there is something for you in another field as well, isn't there? Because there's a kind of like an important bit of self-development. There's you becoming stronger by sort of adding another string to your bow. And we have reversed 7 of batons, the card of defense. I think in a sense there might be a field for you in which you have to expend less energy, in a sense, defending your position. I'm going to put a third on each, just to see if I can clinch it. There is no simple answer. The third card for your own expertise was the 3 of Swords. Difficult conversations, difficult developments that need to happen. And Here, if you go for another field, I get the 5 of Cups, the upset. I'm thinking that I'm actually thinking that this reading here, keep going from your own expertise, is the better one, because threes are cards of progress. You know, you've got the period of like the lean times naturally ending. You've got the harvest coming in with the 6, and then you've got the difficult, the tough next step ahead, but it will set you up, won't it, for the future, this 3 energy. So I would advise keeping going with your own expertise at the moment, I have to say. Okay. Alyssa, deep breath. That's what I see on the cards. Antonella, yes, you can ask. Of course, anyone can ask. If there's time, I will overrun a bit if necessary. Hi, Suzanne, just popped by to say hello. Very nice to see that you're there. I feel loved. There's 15 people here today. Linda says thank you so much. Yeah. Well, Linda, it looks good. It looks good. I think you're going to have fun. 909 Shabil, thank you. Linda, we are both retired, lol, 2 crones. Well, enjoy that period of, in a sense, not being employed. I think that's really the key to it. Just enjoy. L. Phillips, lol. Ah, yes. Good, L. Phillips, yes. David Burnett, hi Robert, loving your videos. I'd love a reading if there's enough time. I think there is. Feeling in a bit of a rut and would like to know where that's coming from. Where should I be focusing my energies right now? Okay, you want to get out of a rut. Okay, so you want to know where let's say where your functioning chariot is, David Burnett. Okay, 49, this is David. Let's look for the chariot. Three or 5-3. I'm looking through the pack here for the chariot to get you out of the rut. This sometimes takes a while, doesn't it, this technique? You can't, if I go past it, just give me a shout. Maybe I've gone past it already. Chariot. Oh wow, David, this looks nice. Would like to know where it's coming from. Where should I be focusing my energies right now? Well, this is, where is your fully functioning chariot right now? I'll show you what I've got. It's in between strength and the sun, David. It's in between strength and the sun. Those are 2 wonderfully solar cards. You're feeling in a bit of a rut. Where is it coming from? I don't know if you've got any Leo in your birth chart or if you've got any fire in your birth chart, but you see, focusing your energy. The sun is this burst of energy, and Leo is a very expansive, energetic, radiant energy, isn't it? I think I get the impression you're a very talented maybe even charismatic person in some ways. And what I want you to do is to somehow embody some Leo qualities and to show yourself to people, to show your talents to people. I hope you're not staying at home. I hope you're not hiding your light under a bushel, David. I feel I want to see you on stage and in the spotlight. That might be figuratively. It might not really be amateur dramatics, but you know, sometimes some people claim the spotlight for themselves, don't they? And get the credit, and they're there, and they turn up, and they stand up, and they sort of insist on being seen. That's what I'm getting very forcibly from those two cards. Just be strong, be generous, but be yourself. Have fun, pursue the things that you enjoy, and be visible. Get credit. If necessary, you know, just point out what you've done and demand applause. That's what I see, David. And you will get yourself out of the rut, and you'll be fully running down that chariot path at 100 miles an hour, or maybe a bit less if it's a chariot. Deep breath. That was David's reading. Thank you, Alyssa. David's a Virgo. Okay. Well, I mean, David, that's really interesting, isn't it? That's really interesting. You're a Virgo, and here we have the Virgin and the Lion. And I've always thought, you know, the Golden Dawn, they swapped strength and justice, but they said strength is now the Leo card. But from Leo we go into Virgo, don't we? They're neighbours, as far as I know, August to September. And I have always thought this card is really interesting because it shows Virgo and Leo in one card. So if you're a Virgo, I find that very interesting. Virgos are very thorough, meticulous people whose work is of very high quality. And they are connoisseurs of beauty, but they're connoisseurs of getting things done and finished. And it might be, I mean, Virgos are not Leos, so it might be interesting for you just to, I don't know how much you know about astrology, but just to if necessary, you know, go to Wikipedia and Google Leo, but you probably already know what Leos are like. And how Leos function, and just see if you can move slightly towards your neighbor sign, and use some of those Leo qualities to shine as yourself, as the Virgo that you are. Good. 1855. Guys, it's 5 to 7. I can overrun, but there was a moment when I felt there was a lot of stuff in the chat. There have been people just saying funny things, which is great. Something about a nudist colony. I haven't been following that because I've been too busy reading tarot cards. But I'm glad it's a good party here. My question is, have I missed anyone out? Guys, if there's anyone who turned up and said hi, and asked for a reading. Antonella, you said, can I have a reading? And I said, yes, you can. I didn't see a question from you, Antonella. So is it just that you wanted a general reading? Are you still with us? Can I ask? Yes, you can ask. So Antonella, if you're still there, please give the question. And same time next Sunday, everybody. I will be in Berlin, so it'll be 7 for me, but it will be 18 GMT. Kitty Cat. I'm not in Berlin at the moment. I'm in London. There's some family duties. My mum died in the summer in August, and so my sister and I are sorting things out. So we had a memorial on the 11th, and we've been selling furniture and stuff. But I've decided recently that I would like to go live every Sunday as much as is possible. So yeah, same time next Sunday. And I will be home. I'll be broadcasting from Berlin next Sunday. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. But thank you anyway. Thank you. Kitty Cat says, very sorry for your loss. So people are logging off because we're coming to the end of our hour. That's fine. Goodbye if you're going. I'm just waiting just to hear if anybody has been missed out. There was someone called Antonella who called in and said, hello, can I ask? And yes, you can ask. 14, someone's come back. If you've just joined us, anybody, I'm just coming to the end of the live, but I'm happy to overrun a little bit. If anyone hasn't had a reading, if anyone's online, hasn't had a reading and wants a reading. But if there's nobody who I've missed out, then I'll stay here for a couple of minutes, and when the clock strikes 7, I'll turn into a pumpkin. Thank you, Kitty. Good night, Mr. 999 Show. Enjoy your week too. Thank you, Linda. You're very welcome. Thank you, Miss Moonlight. It's been fun, hasn't it? I'm enjoying these. It's going to be something I look forward to, and hopefully I can keep it up, keep it regular. I hope Berlin won't be freezing when you arrive. I think it might be, but I shall have several layers on. Okay, see you, El Phillips. Bye, everyone. I think we're closing down, aren't we? I'll wait till the clock strikes 7 and then I'll log off. So safe journeys, everyone. And if you're in a part of the world where it's the evening, sweet dreams. And if it's the morning, have a lovely day. And if it's the middle of the day, have a nice lunch. And I'll be back next week. Thanks for coming. Take care, everyone. Bye, bye, bye. I'm determined to wait here till the digital clock goes to 7, just in case someone pops up and said, you forgot me. It's 7. Bye, everyone. Bye.